Hi guys, today I will be installing this 26-inch lace front wig that I made and showing you my makeup as well. So jumping in, I already applied the bald wig cap on my hair cap on my hair, and now I'm just applying the black Got2b glue gel on my hairline, and I'm just cutting out two little holes for my ears to pop out. This way the cap could just stay more secure on my head. And I'm just continuing on applying the gel all over my hairline. You want to be careful not to go too far on your hairline. That way it's nice and easy when you go to cut the excess of the cap off. And I'm just going in with a blow dryer just to help out with the drying process and just to make things speedy. And now I'm just going in with the Got2b glued spray, and I'm spraying that on top of the gel as well as a little bit behind my hairline as well. This is just to ensure it's nice and secure. And once again, just going in with a blow dryer and just making sure that's nice and dry before I continue on to the next process. So when it's nice and dry, you just want to take a pair of scissors and just cut the excess cap off of your head, well, your forehead. And you want to just take your time doing this, but just make sure you get as close to the hairline as you can. So now I'm just taking a powder that's my color, that's the color of my skin, well, as close as the color is my skin that I could find. And I'm just applying that all over my head. So now moving on, I'm just taking some alcohol and I'm just removing the excess makeup, the dirt, the oil, everything, the gel off of my hairline so I can continue to the next process and use my scalp protector, and just applying that before I applied my Got2b glued, just to protect my scalp, literally what it's meant for. And I'm just applying that all over my where I'm gonna put my glue. So I'm just starting off by applying a thin, small layer on the edge of the ball cap and onto a little bit onto my skin. And this is just going to ensure the security of the ball cap so it doesn't slip if you sweat, or during the time that you have it on, it doesn't slip back, it doesn't fall back or anything like that. It stays nice and secure. And this doesn't count as the 3 layers that I'm going to be applying. And like I said, you just want to do a nice thin layer of this. And I'm just applying my wig just so it's, well, I'm not applying it, I'm just placing it on my head so it's easier for me to just slip on when I'm continuing the process. So now I'm actually starting the first layer of the bolt hold glue on my actual skin, and I'm applying it on top of the bald cap as well. I applied a little bit too much, but I made it work, and I just continued spreading it out. And I'm going to do this 3 times, the same process as you're seeing now, and you just want to do it after it's completely clear how it is now. So I've already applied 3 layers, and I'm just now tugging my hair, well, putting the wig onto the actual glue now, and I'm just using the actual lace to just mold it, well, to just press it onto my skin. And I'm just using my fingers to press it in, and then I'm just going to go in with the tail of the comb just to press it in more and make sure that it's bonded and stuck well. And I'm just going to finish it off with my blow dryer and just make sure that all the glue is nice and dry, everything is nice and secure, and I'm not going to get any lifts or anything like that. I'm just taking my time with this process. I took my time with everything, even though obviously it was speedy during the video. It's just a lot of the same repetition. So now I'm just going in with my razor, and I'm just going to cut the excess lace off. And I just want to be careful not to cut off any of the actual hair. And yeah, you're just going to just cut off the excess lace that's not glued down to your hair. And I'm just taking the comb and just pressing down the edges of the lace, just to make sure, once again, it's nice, secure, and I'm not going to have any lifts or anything like that. And I'm just doing the same thing to the other side. Just taking my razor and just doing like a little seesaw kind of action. It makes the frontal look more natural rather than just cutting it straight across. And for the sides of my ear, I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and just cut off the excess flap that's just, hanging across my ear, because it is 13 inches long and my head's not that big. No one's head's that big. Well, my head's not that big. And yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side. Just cut off the excess lace that's there, and you want to be careful not to cut too close up to your the actual like hairline, just to make sure that the wig looks natural. And I'm just going to press it all in with the rat tail comb. And now that my wig is nice and secure, I'm just going to just take out what I want as my baby hair. I'm a baby hair fanatic. I will always do baby hairs for everything. If you know me for my baby hairs, honestly. So yeah, I'm just taking the razor blade and I'm just cutting off the excess hair, just to create like a more natural looking baby hair. I'm just taking some foam, alcohol-free foam. If you do use alcohol, it will lift the lace. It will undo the glue and ultimately lift the lace. And I'm just using my toothbrush just to lay my baby hairs down. And I'm just going to take a scarf and just wrap my head. And I'm going to keep that on for around 10 or 15 minutes just to make sure everything's nice, molded, and blended in. And moving on, I took off my scarf and I'm just taking more foam and I'm parting my hair down the middle. I love a middle part. So I'm just using that foam just to lay the hair flat. And I'm just blow drying that out, just once again to lay the hair nice and flat so when I go in to style it. And now I'm just taking some tweezers and I'm just plucking my center part so it just looks more natural. You don't want like too thin of a line, because it just doesn't look like a natural part. So just take your tweezers and just pluck out a little bit of hair. Moving on, I'm just going to start curling and styling my hair now. And I'm using a 1 3/4 inch barrow, I believe, or 1.5. I'm just using the hot comb to just straighten out the waviness of the hair, because it is a body wave. And yeah, I'm just curling my hair. The way I curl my hair is I start all the way at the top and I just, let go of the iron a little bit and just continue catching on more of the hair, like so. Moving on to the makeup, I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Out Pomade in Ebony, I believe. And I'm using my angled Inglot brush just to apply that on. You don't want to use too much of this product because a little goes a long, long way. And I'm just going to continuously dip the product back into the brush if I need more. I'm going to do like feather strokes at the beginning of my eyebrows just so it looks natural and you don't have blocky eyebrows. It's not a look. I've said it before. I'll say it again for always, forever. Blocky eyebrows is not a look. And I'm just going to fill in my brows. And like I said, just go in if you see any imperfections or anything you want to fix. But you just don't want to use too much product because you're just going to have block eyebrows and it's not cute. I'm just going to take my spoolie and just brush it out, make sure everything's nice and blended. I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Toffee and a small little tapered brush to clean up the underneath of my eyebrows and a little bit on top. And when I'm cleaning on top of my eyebrows, I don't grab more product. I'll just use the product that's already on the brush just because I don't want like angel eyebrows or anything like that. Halo eyebrows, my mistake. And yeah, I'm going to use my pinky finger just to blend that out and make sure, once again, I don't have halo eyebrows. and I'm just going to apply some Nivea all over my face. It's my favorite cream. Keep me nice and moisturized. So I can go on with applying my concealer, and I'm going to use the same concealer I used to clean up underneath my eyebrows, the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Toffee. And I'm just going to apply that underneath my brows, a little bit in between my forehead where I have my little scar, and on my mustache area. And I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender just to blend all that out. And you want to take your time with blending. You want to make sure everything's nice and blended, you're not patchy or anything like that. And if you see me talking during this video, it's because my cousin was there and she was making me laugh, and we were just girl talk, you know. I'm applying just a little bit more concealer just for a little bit more coverage around my nose, and just a little bit more underneath my eyes. It was a rough day, rough night the night before, and I barely got any sleep, so remove those dark circles, please, and thank you. Now I'm just taking a darker shade of the LA Girl Pro Conceal to contour my nose and cover up my other scar. I burned my face a lot. My other scar on my cheek, and I'm taking a small beauty blender just to blend all of that out. I don't like using the same beauty blender when it comes to blending out my nose contour, just because the smaller one just gives me a more precise blending, and I just prefer it. I'm just taking my Airspun loose powder and translucent loose powder and a fluffy brush just to set my face and on top of my eyelids, and I put it a little bit on top of my brows as well, just the excess. So now I'm just gonna contour my face using Ruby Kiss mineral powder from the beauty supply store in the color Ebony, and I'm using a stippling brush to apply this. I don't like using my contour blush to apply this because it just picks up too much product, and I don't want a harsh contour. I want, a natural looking contour, so I prefer using my stippling brush for this. I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette in the color Summer Yum on top of that as a blush, and the color Puree to contour my nose with a large fluffy brush, and a little bit in between my cupid's brow. And I'm just throwing this on top of my eyelids too. It's just a natural looking look for today. And I'm just taking my beauty blender and my loose setting powder to contour my contour, make sure it's nice and sharp. I'm going to do the same thing to my nose, and when I do it to my nose, I make sure not to pick up as much product as I would on my cheeks, just because I don't want it to be like a harsh line there. I'm just going to take my Sculpted Anastasia Hills palette. I'm just going to take the fudge color and just deepen out the outer edge of my face. Of my eyes. My mistake. I'm just going in with the color Red Ochre in the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm applying that on top of my contour as well, just to add a little bit more warmth to my face. And I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner. It's my favorite eyeliner of all time. It just works amazing. I'm just going to take my Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner and just throw on a little wing. Maybe not that little, but I'm just going to throw on a wing and call it a day, basically. And then I'm just going to take my concealer and the same brush I used to clean up underneath my eyebrows, just to sharpen up my the cat eye, to sharpen up my wing and make sure it's nice and sharp. I'm just taking a large fluffy brush and just removing the excess powder on my face and just blending everything out. I'm going to go in with my Better Than Sex mascara and just apply it on my bottom lashes as well as my top lashes. I'm just going to go off camera and apply my lashes as well. After I redefine my contour, just a little bit touching up. Now I'm going in with my Roller Lash mascara, and I'm just applying that right on top of the Better Than Sex mascara, and applying that on my top lashes as well to just blend everything out. And I'm just going back into the Sweet Peach palette, and I'm going to take a mixture of Bellini and Just Peachy and apply that on my Cupid's bow, my inner tear duct, underneath my eyebrows, just everywhere that the light's going to catch. And I'm going to apply the same combination on my nose as well, as an exclamation mark, basically, on the bridge of my nose, and then just on the tip of my nose. Literally just everywhere the highlight's going to catch, the light would catch your face. And I'm just going in, cleaning up the highlight with the fluffy brush, just making sure it's like nice and precise. And I'm just taking this contour brush for e.l.f. It's what I like to use as my highlight brush. And I'm just taking that same combo and applying that as my highlight. And I just take my wet beauty blender and just blend and just press that into my skin. I'm going in with my eyeliner and just adding back in my beauty marks because I love them. Duh. Anyways, I'm going in with this brown lip liner from the beauty supply store to line my lips. And I'm going to be using ColourPop's matte lipstick in the color Beeper on my lips today. And I don't like to apply way too much because I don't like it to look too ashy on me. So I just apply a little bit on the center, and I just like to blend it out towards my my lip liner. And I'm going back into my lip liner just so I could get a nice ombre, and of course I break it. And I'm just going to reline my lips. So moving on, makeup's done. I'm just going to go back in and retouch my hair, fix up the curls, and just flatten out the top of my hair, any flyaways I have, and just make sure that it's nice and flat and seamless and everything. I forgot to turn on the iron. Of course, I'm just a mess. Clearly just a mess. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going to go on top of my hair, just make sure I lay down any of the flyaways. And that is the finished look. Nice and easy, nice and simple. Yeah. So this is the finished look. My hair is laid. Basically, growing from my scalp. And yeah. So like I said, this is a 26-inch lace front wig that I made. I do make wigs for purchase as well. So if you're interested in a wig by me, feel free to email me or slide in the DMs. Well, thank you for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next video.